My name is Hunziker. I'm going to be your host in today's presentation. All right, because we have such a large group in here today, like the previous speaker, I'm going to put you guys all in listen-only mode. Now, I do want to be able to communicate back and forth with you, so I'll use the chat box, the question box, just to make sure you all know how to access that. There's a few different ways to do it depending on how you're viewing today's presentation. If you're on a desktop application, your screen will look very similar to mine. A little bit down, you will see an orange arrow. If you click on that, it's going to open up a panel a little bit down that says questions/chat. From there, you can enter your questions, your comments, hit send, and they will come directly to me as the host. Now, the second way, if you're viewing today's presentation on a web-based platform, it's a little different in the sense that on the side, you'll see a series of icons. Now, one of the icons will look kind of like a cartoon question box. If you click on that, it will open up a dialog box, and again, from there you can hit all your questions in there, hit send, they will come directly to me as the host. Now, the third way, if you're viewing today's presentation on a mobile application, somewhere on the screen you should see a question mark. If you're on the mobile device and you do not see the question mark, tap on the screen once or twice. That should pull you out of the full screen mode, and from there you should see that question mark. Tap on that, enter your questions, enter your comments, and again, that should cover all of you in the presentation. Now, do me a favor to ensure that all of you have found your chat box, your question box. We've got 158 of you in this presentation. Go into that chat box or the question box and do me a favor. Type in from whatever city or country you are currently viewing this presentation from. Please go ahead and type that into the chat box, the question box for me right now, so I can make sure everybody knows how to communicate back and forth. All right, good. I've got, hey, Tony from London. Mary Jo says, got it. You do got it, Mary Jo. Tariq from Dubai. Okay. I've got Anderson from Tampa, Florida. Great. Manny, welcome from New York City. Bill from Canada. Militia Hill, New Jersey. Namish, Surrey, the UK. Tracy. Cal from New York. Stanley from Miami. Zaid from London. John from Canada, and Angelique from the Philippines, Hanover from Pennsylvania, Adia from Sarasota, not far from us, Tudor from Iran, Trevor from the UK, Bill from LA. You're up early, Bill. All right, well, great. Well, you can see, obviously, we have very much a global audience in here, and that really is a representation of Market Traders Institute in our organization. And what we're going to be talking today about is the power of making money in the foreign currency market. We've been teaching students for 23 years, and we literally have trained 50,000 students all over the world on how to invest in the currency market. And I welcome all of you into this presentation. I've got you, Greg from Sacramento, California, Perth in Australia. Awesome, gang. Well, listen, when it comes to investing, please understand that you should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Please, please, always trade with what is called equity management in mind. And the reason for that is even the most successful traders, the best traders in the world, will incur losses. That's part of being a trader. Okay, we'll talk about that today through proper equity management, how we maximize our gains and minimize our losses. Okay, so as we look at today's webinar, it's really designed for one thing. This webinar and this presentation is designed for you to decide if you see currency trading or Forex trading as something that you want to do. Now, I'm not here today in this presentation specifically to teach you how to be a trader. That's why you'll become a student. My job in this presentation is to show you how we help people just like you all over the world make money consistently in the currency market, okay? Again, we've been doing this for 23 years. We've trained over 50,000 students. I know a lot of you in this presentation are here looking to be a full-time trader. A lot of you are full-time trading, and you understand now that you need to get some help. I know a lot of you are looking for secondary income stream, third income stream. Whatever your background is, whatever your reasons are being here, I don't care what your experience is in the currency market. We can teach you to be a successful currency trader. What we teach is a skill set, okay? Now, I tell you, I've been doing this for a long time, coming up on 26 years, and I will tell you that currency trading is not for everybody, and it may not be for you. And you know what? That's all right. One of the things that I've learned in my business experience in the business world is that successful people tend to do what unsuccessful people are unwilling and won't do. And for that reason, I applaud all of you being in this webinar, exploring new opportunities. I promise I do not take your time for granted. So let's officially get things kicked off. Again, this is a live presentation. Today's date is October 19th. The year is 2017. It's about 11:51 a.m. here in the United States of America. That is New York City time. Again, my name is Hunziker. I'm going to be your host. Make sure you've got a pen, you've got a piece of paper, you are prepared to take great notes. This presentation is going to go by very, very quickly. We have a lot of information to cover. Now, I won't spend a lot of time on my background. Renee covered some of that. I've been in the financial services industry for coming up on 25 years. I've been paid over the last 15 years to travel across the United States, across Canada, all 50 states, all provinces, to teach live audiences how to take control of their financial lives. Well over 30,000 people I've spoken in front of. I've been on radio shows, talk shows. This is my passion. I've traded every asset class that there is out there, and I love the currency market. And we're going to talk about that today because to me, in my life, it affords me a lot more leverage and a lot more freedom than other asset classes that I have traded. You know, one thing is I don't stare at charts all day long. And my friends can tell you that. My coworkers can tell you that. I have a very active lifestyle. I've got, 48 years old. I've got 3 kids that are all active in sports, and I coach their teams. I'm a triathlete. I'm a marathon runner. I've been married for 15 years. What I love about learning to trade the currency market is it can create unlimited income, but also can create a freedom to do the things that you want to do. And that's what we're going to talk about in this presentation, how we've been helping people for almost a quarter of a decade right now, which is pretty crazy as an organization. So this is what I need to know from all of you, though. That's a little bit about my background. What is your understanding or experience in the currency market? If you were to rank your experience in the Forex market on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're brand new to this, 10 being you're a currency expert, you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year profit, go into that chat box and do me a favor and rank your personal experience. So I get a feel for kind of who I have in this webinar today. All right, so I got Tony's a 4, Greg's a 1. Yeah, Greg, for sure I'm going to do that. Name issue's a 3. Keep going, gang, so I get a good feel because this will kind of let me know which direction I want to go in the presentation. Bob's a 6, Kay's a 0, Richard's a 1, Randall's a 7, Bill is a 0, Alex is a 1, Fred's a 1, Jefferson's a 1. All right, so I've got a lot of 1s and 2s. Adia, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, says maybe a 3. All right, so I got a lot of 1s and 2s. Couple of you 3s and 4s, and I think just maybe 1 or 2 of you 6 or 7 and above, okay? So good deal. Here's the deal. When it comes to currency trading, very important thing you got to understand is it's what's called a zero-sum game. Now, that can be a huge, huge advantage, or it can be a huge disadvantage, depending on which side of the curve that you're on, okay? What that means is a zero-sum game is that every trade, the loser of the trade pays the winner. And if you're a current trader and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is paying people who've got more experience, better tools, better coaches, better technology than you do. So here's how you've got to look at it logically. And I'm pretty basic when it comes to things, looking at them logically. If in every trade in the Forex market, there's a winner and a loser, and what separates them is technology, education, experience, coaching, you need to get yourself on the winning side of that curve. And that's what we've done in our organization, Market Traders Institute. We've built this massive community of traders worldwide where we help assist them to become the best, most successful, consistent currency traders in the world. Now, we're not a broker. A lot of people get confused and think Market Traders Institute is a broker. You can actually use any broker you want in the world to interact with our trading platforms, and they will interact seamlessly. What Market Traders Institute's been doing for the past 23 years is developing premier technology, which I'm going to show you today when we go in the live market, and building an education portal. And also the best that we do is assembling the best coaches and mentoring staff in the world. Now, 23 years we've been in business. Think about that for a minute. I know a lot of you are business owners in this presentation. People that come to these webinars, they're entrepreneurs. You know, and I know, as a business owner, you don't survive for 23 years unless you have a rock solid foundation and you back up what you deliver. Now, as you look at the building on the screen right here, this is our corporate office. We house 200 employees out of here. We're in Orlando, Florida. Twice a month, we have students fly in from all over the world to come in to train with us, to learn our skills, to learn our formulas and how we teach people to make money in the currency market. Now, we've gone through really explosive growth as an organization in the last 6 to 8 years. And the reason for our growth, if you simplify it down, it comes from a philosophy from our founder, Jared Martinez, that we never leave a client behind. Now, in your notes, the first thing I want you to write down is mentorship and coaching. Extremely important. Mentorship and coaching. Underline it, highlight it, whatever you need to do to remember it. See, right now, you know that you could go online and do a search on a search engine through Google or Yahoo, or go to YouTube and search how to trade the currency market. And you could get a ton of information, a ton of websites, a ton of so-called experts. Most of that stuff is going to take you down the road of confusion. What we've been doing and what we teach people to do is how you make money in the currency market is you find somebody or an organization who has a proven successful track record that they will show you, not of a couple years of making money, not of 5 years, but of decades of producing results for their students. Then what you do is you stick yourself to their side as they teach, coach, train, and mentor and teach you till you become a successful currency trader. Does that make sense to everybody in the presentation? If so, type in yes in the chat box. I mean, one of the things that we do as an organization for our students is every second, every minute the currency market is open, 24 hours a day, we are live interacting and trading with our students. We put our coaches out there every single minute of every single day the currency market is open, working with our students to make them successful currency traders. Very, very important. When you combine that commitment that we have to our coaching and our mentorship, combine that with our premier technology, our tools that I'm going to show you in a few minutes here, and our education portal. That's why, again, we've grown to over 50,000 students over the last 23 years, and we're certainly getting recognized. We were ranked last year by Inc. magazine as the 592nd fastest growing privately held company in the United States of America. I mean, really massive honors. We're going to be breaking into the top 500 this year. So a ton of understanding and a ton of recognition that's happening out there across the world with us. Now, we're founded by this gentleman right here. This is Jared Martinez. A lot of you recognize him as the FX chief. He's known throughout the Forex world as the FX chief. He's best-selling author, teacher, been on every top news business shows, Fox Business News, CNBC. He's been trading the currency market exclusively, currency market, for 30 years. He's considered to be one of the best currency traders in the world. For example, for those of you that are trading currency right now, in the last 3 years, third-party verified accounts, which I will show you today, Jared Martinez has been averaging 2,000 pips a week. Now, those of you that are new to currency, you don't know what a pip is. 2,000 pips in a week on a standard lot, that's $20,000 profit, okay? That's $80,000 in a month. This guy is considered to be in the for currency world, the godfather of Fibonacci's, as we're going to talk about in here today, how we've automated, how we do the Fibonacci's, a little different than a lot of people do around the world. Now, he leads our mentorship and our coaching programs within our organization, but two of your most important coaches that you will have when you come on board today as a student are these two gentlemen on the screen right here, okay? Tyson Clayton to the left, Josh Martinez to the right. Now, in your notes, the next thing I want you to write down is fourth quarter rally. Now, you may or may not know that the fourth quarter every year traditionally is the best trading 3 months of the year for currency traders. there's the most volatility, volume, it creates the most opportunity. We are anticipating a movement between now and the end of the year of over 15,000 pips of opportunity. Again, on a standard lot, that could be upwards of $150,000. In the next 3 days, we are setting up targets tonight at 7 o'clock for 200 pips in the next 3 days. Now, tonight at 7 o'clock, we have a live special session going where Tyson Clayton will be hosting this session and lining up those targets. Now, this is kind of unique, and this is something we're doing special for investor inspiration. See, typically, these live sessions are set aside for our more experienced clients. But I have room for 13 students, 13 people in this presentation right now, this webinar, to sit in live in this session tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to be one of the 13 students sitting live watching this presentation tonight, what I need you to do for me right now is go ahead and put your telephone number in the chat box and just type in fourth quarter rally or quarter rally for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose 13 of you when we finish up this presentation. It's a really unique opportunity to watch our traders in action setting up trades. And it's a unique opportunity for those of you that trade in the currency market to go capture a couple hundred pips in the next 3 trading days. So if you're interested in that, go ahead, put your phone number in the chat box and just type in fourth quarter rally, something so I know what you're putting that in there for. Now, the beautiful thing about what we do as an organization is not what Jared Martinez produces or Josh Martinez or Tyson. It's about what our students' results are. And I would encourage all of you to do a little research on the organization. Go to Facebook, to our corporate Facebook page, to all of our experts' Facebook pages, and read for yourself exactly what our students write day after day, week after week about the results and experience that they get with Market Traders Institute. It's really, really, really awesome opportunity to see exactly our students and their success. And you'll see they're from all over the world. So I would encourage you to check some of that information out. Now, my promise to all of you is by the time I wrap up this presentation in about a little bit over an hour maybe, you're going to absolutely understand the potential in the Forex market if you don't already. Now, in addition, you're going to see how you can have immediate profit potential without quitting whatever you're doing full time. Now, I'll tell you, this is not trying to become some sort of overnight millionaire. This is not get rich quick. There's no such thing as get rich quick. What we teach is a skill. And we got 200 employees. We got a beautiful training facility. We teach a skill set that you learn to repeat over and over and over again with the help of your coaches, your mentors. You're going to love it, okay? When I wrap up with this presentation, I will give each and every one of you an opportunity to come on board as a student of ours, risk-free for the next 60 days, so you can see exactly what makes us great as an organization. So as I go through the presentation, and I start getting live into charts, and we evaluate opportunities, and we start looking at some of our unique indicators, our proprietary tools, I just want you to ask yourself some basic questions along the way. As I'm demonstrating tools, just simply ask yourself, can I picture myself sitting there doing what Aaron is teaching me? Basic questions like that. Can I sit there and devote 30 to 45 minutes a day to the strategy that Aaron is showing me right now? And if you start to answer yes to these questions, I believe you're on the path now to really starting to generate the income you deserve. Now, we're so confident at Market Traders Institute, we believe that if you can't learn to trade the currency market successfully, profitably, consistently, month after month from us, you're not going to be able to learn anywhere else in the world. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but I believe our history, our performance, and our students' results back that up every single day. So I'm excited to show you these opportunities and how we do this. I hope you're excited. I know I have a lot of experienced people in here, but I also have a lot of new people. Let me acknowledge a bunch of you. All right, so here we go. Randall, I've got you for your number. Thanks. Rosa, George, Lou, Greg, Richard, Rose Rise, Lucid, Alec, Baccarat, and good. I've got all of you talking about tonight with the session. Excellent. So those of you that are a little more experienced, do me a favor. Let me get my new Forex traders up to speed with some basic information. I promise you we will get into more advanced techniques in a few minutes, but I need everybody to really kind of be singing off the same sheet of music to understand some foundation as it relates to Forex. First and foremost, why the Forex market as opposed to other asset classes? A big part of my background, my experience was trading stocks and options, okay? A lot of years doing that. I've owned a lot of real estate. Now what I do is pretty much 90% of my portfolio in currencies. I'm talking about why that is today, because I believe the currency market has some really significant advantages to it. Now, one of the biggest things about this market is it's the fastest growing market in the world. There's more new money, new investors moving into this market every day. Now, the liquidity in this market is a big, big reason why. Liquidity, for those of you that are new, just simply means that you can enter and exit the market anytime that you want. There's always going to be buyers, always going to be sellers. You can get in and out with no penalties. You can be in a trade for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months, however long that you want. You can get in and out anytime you want based on your particular desire or your trading styles. And one of the things that we do here at MTI is we coach our students up and determine the right type of fit for a trading style for them. Okay, we'll talk to you, we'll coach you, we'll mentor you on that. Now, the second thing about this market that's a huge advantage is the flexibility in the market. It's a 24-hour-a-day market. The currency market opens up, United States of America, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, late Sunday afternoon. It's open all night, all morning, all day, every day, 24 hours a day, till Friday at 5 p.m. 24-hour-a-day market. Now, for me, again, I'm busy. I got 3 kids. I got a 12-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, a 5-year-old daughter. I got a dog. I got a cat. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I like the fact that I have a market that I can sit down after my kids have gone to bed, open up my computer, jump on my charting software, trade in the market for an hour and a half, shut my laptop and be done and sleep like a baby that night. Trade around your schedule in this market. Different than trading the regular equities market. The third thing about this market that's a big benefit is the size. This is the largest market in the world. There's over $5 trillion traded on it every single day back and forth. And the last one on this screen says focus. And again, to me, this goes kind of along hand in hand with flexibility. Back when I was doing majority of options and stock trading, I would literally have an opportunity to invest in thousands and thousands of companies. Those of you that trade equities, different sectors, different categories, whatever you want to do. There's so many companies to evaluate technically, fundamentally. In the currency market, worldwide, there's 60 currency pairs. That's it, okay? And as a student at Market Traders Institute, you will probably pay attention to about 20 currency pairs. In our live session tonight, we will look at 2 or 3 pairs, 2 or 3 opportunities. So to me, it just keeps people very focused in the market when you don't have a lot of white noise out there of too much stuff going on. So we keep our students laser focused on the skill set. And one thing that I've learned in doing this a long, long time, and it's a great quote, repetition is the mother of all skill. We teach you to do very specific things over and over and over and over again. And that's how you get great at making money in the currency market. You learn a very specific skill and you do it over and over and over and over again. And that's what we're going to talk about in this presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch gears a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and open up some charts here. Do me a favor, and everybody, if you can see that I have transitioned over from some slides to my charting software, please give me a yes or the letter Y if you can see that I brought up my charting software. Just jump in your chat box so I know everybody can see this. I don't want to leave anybody behind. All right, great. Tony says yes. Carolyn says yes. Nicholas says yes. Jackson says yes. Okay, good. Thanks. And I got your number, Rosa Rise, as well. Okay, and I've got Samara Kutub as well for that. No problem. Thank you. All right, good. So everybody's telling me yes if they can see the charting software. Now, what you're looking at here is Market Traders Institute's own proprietary trading platform. We've developed this by traders for traders. It's called the Ultimate Charting Software. We've spent millions and millions of dollars building what we believe is the most robust, the best trading platform in the world. We've got our own patent pending technology that I'm going to show you. We've got our own proprietary tools, smart tools, a lot of really unique indicators and things that only Market Traders Institute students can use. Now, this works on every time frame and every currency pair that is out there. Now, those of you that are new, okay, when you're trading the currency market like any other market, okay, if you're new to currencies, it's the same old thing. You're looking to buy into these markets when it's low, right, and sell high, right? Buy low, sell high. You're also looking like any other market to sell when the market reverses and goes the other direction and make money in a downward trend. Now, the difference in this market, you have a very specific job. Your job is to capture pips. Now, a pip is an acronym for price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big description or definition of what a pip is. All I want you to understand for demonstration purposes in this presentation is that pips are good. Pips are your friend. You want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving up, and you want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving down. I will show you in a moment how pips turn into profits, okay? Now, a lot of people always ask me too, especially new people, do I have to be a mathematician? Do I have to be great at math and to understand how to make money in the currency market? No, you don't. And I tell you that because I'm not great at math. I mean, I'm 48 years old. I can admit my flaws in my life at this point. I've got enough perspective on things. I would be willing to bet that my 6th grade son, who's turning 12 on Friday, is probably better at math than I am. And if you've got kids or grandkids of that age, you know how much more advanced they are. Let me tell you what I'm awesome at. It's the same thing you are going to be awesome at as a student of ours. Identifying patterns in the market, because the beautiful thing about the currency market is it moves in these wave-like patterns, and it does the same thing over and over and over again. Through the use of our indicators, our tools, our technology, our coaches, our mentors, we will determine where the market's going to move in the future based on where it's been in the past, okay? Now, what we're looking at here in this particular screen, if you look into the middle, and again, you'll see there's a watermark right in the middle. Everybody recognize it. It says GBP NZD 1 hour. If you can see that, it says Great British Pound, New Zealand Dollar 1 hour chart. If you see that, just type in a yes or a Y so I know you're with me. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me yes, yes. And again, I know this is basic for a lot of you. Hang tight. We'll get into more advanced stuff here in a minute. What we're looking at here is the Great British Pound, New Zealand Dollar. We're just trading one currency versus another. Now, the indicators on the screen, those are called Japanese candlesticks. Each one of these Japanese candlesticks are a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we're on a 1 hour chart, these are all 1 hour candlesticks. Now, if I click on one, you can see this candlestick is from October 4th. This candlestick opened up at 10 o'clock in the morning. It had an opening, a high, a low, and a close. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that this candlestick opened up right here. It dipped down. Now, this is the wick hanging off the bottom, had its low, moved up, had a high for the hour, settled in and closed out, and then it opened up a brand new candle, which didn't move that much. It moved, it moved up for a high, down for a low, and settled in and closed out right there. And it does this over and over and over, all the way up to we're in the live market as we speak, okay? Now, I'm going to take a couple minutes and talk a little bit about how the mechanics of a trade work in the currency market, how pips turn into profits. Then we'll start to get into analysis and tools and indicators. But I first need everybody to understand kind of the basics of the mechanics of a trade. So let's just say based on indicators, technology, our mentors, we decided it was a good time to buy down here into this trade. So we made a buy down here. We decided based on some indicators, it was a good time to sell up here. So we buy down here in this area. We hold on to this trade as it's moving up, and we sell right up here. Now, the difference between this line where we bought here and this line where we sold up here is the difference between this number and this number would be the amount of pips that we would profit, okay? So I can measure that very simply by going over here, grabbing my ruler, bringing this right up over here. And if everybody looks up here in the top left-hand corner, please acknowledge that you can see that we would have bought into this trade October 3rd, right around 10 p.m. We would have sold out of this trade a day later, October 4th at 10 a.m. We would have generated 96 pips, and we would have been in this trade for 12 bars. Now, candlesticks are bars because the hours, this chart is an hourly chart, the bars would be 12 hours. So if you understand what I just went over, type in a yes or a Y, that we would have bought down here in the 3rd, sold up here in the 4th, we would have generated 96 pips, and we would have been in this trade for a total of 12 hours. Okay, good. Everybody's with me. I love investor inspiration groups because you're a little bit more advanced, so it's good. So here's the deal. Let's talk about how pips turn into profits. Okay? When you're trading in the currency market, you have options of how you can trade. You trade in what are called lot sizes. Now, if you're new to this, I'd take notes right now. You trade with what is called either a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Micro, mini, standard. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at about a $20 US investment per trade. Now, right there, that's one of the most beautiful things about the currency market is it does not require a lot of capital to start trading. You don't need a lot of money. You can start very small and grow your account over time. Now, I will tell you that a lot of my traders, when they first start with us, a lot of our new students will start with a mini lot. That's a $200 investment per trade. And a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. Now, each of these lot sizes have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a 10-cent per pip profit, okay? Now, obviously, that's not a lot of money. If you think about the trade we just did, if we'd invested $20, now again, remember, we're not a broker. We don't handle your money. You pick any broker you want. So you decide based on that trade we just talked about a moment ago when we were on the charts to buy a micro lot. You invest $20 on the 10th, excuse me, on the 3rd. You sell on the 4th. Your broker gives you your $20 back, okay? We made 96 pips. So that means for every pip we made 10 cents. Our profit on a $20 investment was $9.60. Now, again, that's not a lot of money, but that's a tremendous return on investment in 12 hours of time, right? Well, let's say we make that same trade, but we do a mini lot trade. We put the same amount of analysis in, the same amount of time, effort, and energy. All we do, though, is step up our investment, and we invest in a mini lot, $200. 12 hours later, we sell out. Our broker gives us our $200 back. This time, though, in a mini lot, for every pip, we just earned $1. So on our $200 investment, we just made $96 return in 12 hours. Now, how many of you would like to have a skill set where you could invest $200, less than a day later, you get your $200 back, plus a profit of $96? I mean, so type in me, yes, or of course, or something in the chat box, right? Yeah, everybody. I mean, it's nearly a 50% return in 12 hours. Well, it starts to get really exciting when you start looking at standard lots, okay? So let's say you've been trading mini lots, and you're making money, and you're building your account up, and you decide to invest some of your earnings, okay? So now you step up and you do a standard lot trade. You make the same trade, same analysis, same amount of time and effort, okay? You invest $2,000. Your broker holds on to the $2,000. You sell out of that 12 hours later. Now for every pip in a standard lot, you just made $10 per pip. So on your $2,000 investment, your return on that was $960 profit, okay? Now, for those of you that are new to the currency market, and this is kind of the first time you're going through this, does it make more sense now why when I say this is the fastest growing market in the world, it seems makes sense why that would be? First and foremost, it's a market you can start very small and grow your account, plus there's no other market that gives you the leverage or the buying power that this does. It's very unique in that sense, okay? And this what I'm showing you on the screen right here, this is what we do live every day with our clients. In fact, right now, this very second, we have rooms full of traders that are working with our coaches and mentors as we speak. And this is what we're going to talk about for the duration of our presentation. So I'm going to shift gears, and I'm going to jump back into a live market, and we're going to start to analyze opportunities and what we do and how we do it. Let me first, though, have you do this. take just a minute and pull out that piece of paper that you're taking notes in, and take a minute and think about how much money do you need to make every single month consistently, month after month, from the Forex market in order to accomplish some of your financial goals. Write that down in your notes right now, okay? You don't need to share it with me. I'm not asking you to share. If you want to, great. It's your number, okay? Everybody's got a different game plan. I want you also to write down in your notes why you wrote the number, okay? I get a lot of new students that want to come on board and just make a few extra $1,000 a month for spending money. You know, I get a lot of students that are retired that are generating income from the currency market. I get a lot of students that want to retire early. I get a lot of people that want to do this full time and work their tails off and make as much income as they can. Okay, whatever your reasons are, write that down, okay? It's cool when people share. Brian says 5K. Yeah, per month. Nemish says 10K minimum per month. Great. William says 20,000 a month. Awesome. I'll tell you what, every one of those numbers are absolutely possible. I'm going to show you students of ours in a little bit. Students that are making 5,000 pips in a week. I mean, picture yourself making 5,000 pips in a week. I mean, just picture yourself making 5,000 pips in a month. That could be $50,000 on a standard lot. What I find, though, is my average student, when they're first coming on board, they're looking to make right around $2,000 to $10,000 per month, okay? Month after month after month. And the big question is if at Market Traders Institute, if we can teach you a couple basic strategies where you can come on board as a student, consistently make anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 per month, month after month, in your free time, not having to quit your job, not turning your life upside down, would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day, every day, to work in this market? Would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to accomplish whatever number you wrote down on that paper? Type in yes or no in the chat box, because here's the reality. If you're not willing to commit 30 to 45 minutes a day, you might as well not think about being a student of ours, because this is not money falls from the sky. This is not money shows up in your post office box. It's a skill set that we teach, and you work at it, you work at it, you work at it. And we will coach, we will mentor, we will train, we will help you become successful, but we can't force you to sit there and do this right along with us. So you have to ask yourself some serious questions of really where you want to go. And that's what I'm going to talk about. How we do this, how we've helped thousands of people before you. Got some really cool tools and indicators and things that I'm going to go over. So let me do this. I'm going to jump back into the live market. All right, so let me see here. I'm going to jump back into the live market. And what I'd like you to do for me is acknowledge that you can see that I've transferred back over to my charting software. And let me do this too. I got a couple questions that I want to address real quick before I move on. Several of you are asking me about our coaching and our mentorship programs. We do have unique coaching and mentorship programs where you can work with, like Josh Martinez. I mean, Josh is winning 84% of his trades. Gary Fickard's winning 94% of his trades. Incredible results. In fact, I'm going to show you their accounts in a few minutes here. If you're interested in learning more about our coaching and our mentorship programs, I've only got a small amount of time, and I got a ton of information to cover before they're going to pull the plug on me as a web presenter today. If you're interested in learning more about our coaching and our mentorship programs, what I'd like you to do is just in the chat box, type your telephone number in and coaching. Just type in your telephone number and coaching. And I'll have somebody follow up with you, not during the webinar, later, and they can spend more time with you talking about our different coaching programs, how they work, how you can individually work with people, the investment involved with those. That's the easiest thing to do. So just type in your telephone number and coaching for me, and we will follow up with you. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. So I've got your number, Lauren. Tracy, I've got your number. Thomas, I've got your number. Jack, I've got your number. We will follow up with you on those things. Okay, good. So here we go. We're back into the charts, as you can see. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water here. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead, pull up a different period of different chart right up here. I'm going to go ahead and all right, let's go ahead and look at right here. The thing about the currency market, as we talked about before, the beautiful thing is it moves in these patterns. The currency market will move in wave-like patterns where it will move down, push back up, move down, push up, move down, push up, move down, push up, way down, push way back up. Okay, Teresa, I've got your number. Terry, I've got your number. Rosary and George, I've got your number as well. What we're looking to do as smart, savvy investors in the currency market is make money when the market moves down, pulls up, reverses. We're looking to sell into these positions right here and make money when it moves down. We're also looking, obviously, to make money in these markets when they move up, reverse right here and start to push up. And as I talked about earlier, make money when it's moving up. Now, there's three things every trader must know when entering into a successful trade. You got to know, number one, market direction. Okay, we got to know, number two, when to get in. And we got to know, number three, when to get out. Now, at Market Traders Institute, when you become a student, we use different types of resources to determine these things. We use indicators, technology, information. We use our experts, our coaches, all to determine these three things to help us determine where the market is going to move in the future. One of the things that we are considered to be the best at in the industry, for those of you that are new to it, what are called Fibonacci's. Now, I know some of you know what Fibonacci's are, but for my new people, just quickly, when I'm done, Google this. Don't do it right now because I don't want you to go down a wormhole, because if you start looking into it, you will get into a wormhole because it's fascinating when you start reading about it. But just for some basic understanding, Leonardo Fibonacci was a 13th century mathematician. What he discovered is that the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle and pattern built into it. Okay, he found that animals would reproduce in a mathematical sequence of numbers, that plants would grow in the same sequence, that if you looked at the petals on the sunflower, they're in a sequence, a pattern, a mathematical pattern. If you looked at, you know, the stripes right here on this caterpillar, they're in a sequence and a pattern that repeat themselves based on mathematics over and over and over again. Well, what we've learned to do very, very successfully is approach the currency markets with the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. It's called the golden ratio, because as I've talked about, the currency market moves in these wave-like patterns and does the same thing over and over and over again. And what we use is Fibonacci's to help us determine where the market's going to move based on where it's been in the past through what are called Fibonacci retracements and extensions. We use larger term time frames for direction with the Fibonacci's. We use smaller time frames with Fibonacci's to determine when to get in and when to get out, okay? And then what we've done is we've taken Fibonacci's to another level where we've simplified that and made it very easy for people to read them without having to manually draw them, okay? And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Now, as we just discussed a moment ago, the market moves in these wave-like patterns, okay? We're going to do this in the live market in just a second. The market will move up and make higher highs, pull back and make higher lows. Move up and make a higher high, pull back and make a higher low. It'll move up and make a higher high, pull back and make a higher low, and then it'll reverse. And it'll make lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and it just keeps repeating this over and over again. Now I'm going to do some real basic technical analysis for you. I'm going to draw out the ABCDs for you right here, okay? This would be what is called my A boundary. Right here would be what is called my B boundary. This is what is called my C entry, and this would be called what is my D extension. So I've got my A boundary, my B boundary, my C reversal and entry, and my D extension. Now, embedded in all of our software here, and this is the ultimate charting software. This is our own proprietary software I was telling you about before. You know, we've got all of our different tools, all of our different indicators built right into the software, a lot of our smart tools, all of these different indicators over here. We've got our own custom indicators all right here, all the different indicators. This is all built into our proprietary software. The tool I'm going to grab right now, though, is called my Fibonacci tool. I'm going to grab right here and I'm going to draw a manual Fibonacci from A all the way up to B. just like that. And automatically, by drawing the Fibonacci's, the software is telling me a story. It's telling me, based on where the currency pair has been in the past, is where this is going to move in the future, okay? Based on mathematics. It's not a fantasy, it's a formula. It's all based on mathematics. The software is doing everything for me. So what I'm going to do real simply here, so you understand this concept before we go into live market, is I'm going to draw out 3 buy zones for you, okay? I'm going to draw out right here this first zone, which is going to be called my red buy zone. I'll shade this red to make it real easy for you to see. My next zone right here, I'm going to make my blue buy zone. Right here is blue. And then my last zone right here is going to be green. Now I want all of you, please, to ensure that you can see the colors, because it's important to go into the chat box. And if you can see, I've drawn out red, blue, and now green, 3 buy zones. Please type in yes or Y in the chat box for me. And Anderson, I got your phone number as well. I will make sure Brian calls you when the presentation is over. Thank you, my friend. All right, Tony says yes. Everybody else going to say yes to me? We got 156 of you in here. I need to make sure everybody's on board with what I'm showing you. Okay. Namish says yes. All right, a lot of you telling me yes now. Good. Everybody can see this. Good. So again, what we're looking to do is we're looking to make money in this market, in this particular example, when this moves up, pulls back, reverses right here. We're looking to buy in this area and then make money as it's moving up and let the Fibonacci extensions tell us when to sell, okay? Well, we use different indicators to help us determine when there's a reversal down here. A lot of the tools that we will use will be the candlesticks I talked about. For those of you that are new, a great way to think of Japanese candlesticks is something our founder, Jared Martinez, calls them all the time, is they're like the sign language of the market. Different candlestick formations tell us when there's pattern changes or directional changes in the market. So we use that to help us determine when there's reversals. We use trend line breaks and current breaks, a lot of different things in the market. But let's just say for demonstration purposes right now, we got an indicator, there's a reversal takes place down here in the green zone. So based on, our information, we buy down here in the green. Well, now again, if we buy down here, again, we're not a broker. We make a buy, our broker's holding our money. We're in this trade. Well, I'm going to hold on to this trade as this is moving up right here. As this is moving up, this is moving up, this is moving up. So if we buy down here in the green zone, I'm going to hold as this trade is moving up, moving up. Now, if you can picture this green Fibonacci extension, this line coming all the way out right here, I'm going to hold on to this trade all the way up until it breaks through that line right there. Now, the reason for that is because based on the mathematics of what is going on here, let me get this out of the way, my B out of the way for you. It's sitting right where my numbers. Based on this information right here, okay, if I bought down here in the green zone, and if I hold all the way up till it hits the 1180, I want to sell because based on the golden ratio, based on mathematics, based on where this has been in the past, if I continue to hold on to this past this extension, the law of averages, the probabilities kick in that this will turn and go the opposite direction on me, okay? So I'm going to buy and sell from the green zone to the green extension. Well, if my reversal takes place in the blue zone, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to buy in the blue zone, and I'm going to sell the moment it moves up and it hits right into my blue extension right here. So I'm going to buy and sell from green to green and blue to blue. Well, if my reversal takes place right here in the red zone, anywhere in this red zone, it's a much bigger buying area. I'm going to buy in that red zone, and I'm going to hold on to this trade as it's moving up. I'm going to hold on as it's moving up all the way up until it hits this red Fibonacci extension for the same reason. If I buy in this red zone based on where this has been in the past, and the math is doing the work for me, if I continue to hold past this extension, the law of averages kick in that this is most likely going to start to move against me. So everybody, please acknowledge basic understanding of Fibonacci's. I'm going to buy and sell from green to green, blue to blue, red to red. If that makes sense to you, type in yes so we can move on into the live market. If that makes sense to all of you, just type in yes so we can move on. All right, now what we do also, when the market reverses in a downward market, we will do it the opposite direction, and we will have an A going this way. We will have a B down here. We will have a C right here, and our D will be right down here. And then we draw our Fibonacci the opposite direction, okay? And we make money in a downward movement in the market, just like that, okay? We're looking to make money in this type of a market right here. Well, let's apply this to a real market opportunity that's happening right now. Let's look at, let's go right here. Let's look at the Euro New Zealand dollar, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to draw out our opportunity here. Get this all signed up so it's easy for you to see. Okay, so what we've got right here, this is going to be my A boundary right here. My B boundary is going to be right here, okay? My C boundary is going to be in this area, somewhere when it starts to pull back. We don't know where our entry is going to be. We're waiting for that to distinguish itself. And then our D extension will determine itself when we decide where we're going to buy, depending on which zone. So now what we do is we grab our Fibonacci tool, and again, I'm doing this manually for you right now. We start out with A. We're going to bring this right on up here to B, just like that, okay? So we've drawn out our Fibonacci right here. Now the next thing we need to determine is when there's a breakout or a change of trend in this opportunity right here, okay? When there's going to be a change of direction or a change of trend. Well, let me draw just a simple trend line right here. Draw out a simple trend line. Just bring this down. And just like that, we got our trend line. So now what we're going to do is look for a visual breakout when we can have just an example for an entry point, okay? And boom, we got one right there. So this would be our C entry. So now we're looking to buy right here. Well, if we're looking to buy right here, which zone are we in? Which zone are we in? Type in the color in the chat box. Which zone is that? We could color code it again, but once you do this a few times, you understand it. Right, we're in the red zone. So that means if we buy here, we're going to hold till it hits this red extension right up here. Okay, so we're going to put up, make it a little easier visually for you to see. I bring this up here. So we're going to buy and sell when it hits that extension right there. Okay. Well, we can factor what that target would be, how much opportunity there is for us to make if we buy down here, okay, and we sell up here. That's going to be about 75 pips. So that would be a 75 pip target. Okay, so we've got a 75 pip target. So now what we have to do is manage our risk in this trade. Because one of the things that I talked about is every trader is going to take losses. There's no such thing as a perfect season. The best traders in the world take losses. In fact, look at this right here. Let me show you something. This is Josh Martinez, one of your coaches, my FX book account. Now, I would challenge you when you come on webinars and pages and things like this and do your research, that people that you're looking to work with produce third-party, real, verified results. So you know they're actually making what they're showing you that they make. My FX book is a third-party verified company that is stamped. This is a real account, real trades, real money, real profits. Okay? This is Josh Martinez. You can see his name right here. Real US dollars right here. You can see Josh is down today, $32. All right, he's down. This week, he's up 227. Okay, excuse me, pips, not dollars. He's down 32 pips. He's up this week, 227 pips. He's up this month, 966. Now, this account, keep in mind, was opened up February 13th. Since February 13th, in this account, he's generated 12,000 pips. Now, that's in about 7 months' time. 7 months' time, 12,000 pips on a standard lot, that's $12,000 profit. I mean, just trading part-time. Imagine if you just did half that as that. You know, just trading part-time, earning some secondary income stream. This is what we do for our clients. And how about this? Think about this for a second. And my experienced traders, listen to this. How would you like to have the ability to fund a brokerage account with, again, any broker you want? We're not a broker. You pick the broker. Fund an account with a broker, okay? Have that account linked directly up to the platform right here that Josh Martinez's trading account. This exact account right here that I'm showing you the results from, okay? And every time in this account, an account where Josh is winning 78% of his trades, very little drawdown. He has generated over 12,000 pips every time moving forward. Josh makes a buy or sell in this account. It executes the exact same buy or sell in your account. Every single day, every single week he makes his trades, every single month he does this, and it does the exact same trades in your account. Imagine if you started that 8 months ago, you funded that account, and you look up 8 months later and you've done nothing but follow along with Josh. It's all automated, and you've earned 12,000 pips. How many of you would be interested in technology like that? Because we have it. It's called the trade copier. We have students that do nothing but use the trade copier, and one of our trade copiers comes from this exact account right here. If you'd like to learn about how you can get an opportunity to use the trade copier 30 days risk-free, put your telephone number in the chat box and type in TC for trade copier. Awesome, awesome tool that we've created for our students. Now, the thing that I want you to understand, okay, is Josh is winning in this account about every 10 trades that he places, 8 out of 10 if you round it up. So that means even Josh, like everybody, takes losses in trades. So we all have to protect our downside with our stop loss orders. Now, we'll teach you different strategy to stop loss orders. Rosie, if you're interested in it, make sure you type in your telephone number and TC, trade copier, because I'm going to give a handful of you in this presentation an opportunity to use it for 30 days. All right, so we're going to set up a stop loss order. How do we do that? Well, very simple. It's just an order. Again, I know this is basic for a lot of you that says, okay, I'm going to set my trade up. I don't want to sit in front of my computer all day long. I want to know if this is one of the trades that goes against me. I may take a loss, but I'm going to take a small loss. We've got different strategies we will teach you on setting up stop losses. So I set my stop loss just a roundabout way in this one. If I am aggressive, about 5 to 10 pips below my B entry. If I'm conservative, about 5 to 10 pips below my A. In this example, that would be about 25 pips. So that means we've just come up with 25 pips risk. Okay, so can everybody understand with a yes or Y that we have just set up a 3-to-1 risk ratio where we are willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. Does everybody understand that? Type in a yes or a Y if you understand it. Okay, cool. Everybody gets that. 3-to-1 risk ratio, right? That's good money management. That's good equity management. All right, so we make our trade. We buy. We buy into this position. Now we're hoping that it comes up and it hits our extension. So let's watch how this trade plays itself out. Boom. Breaks through right there. Breaks through right there. And again, look, it keeps going, but we're out. We don't chase trades. This is a system. It's a formula. You're going to follow very specific rules. I'm not going to chase this if it keeps going up. I'm selling right here. That is how you become a successful currency trader. Well, if we got in right here and sold over here, we made those 75 pips in 7 hours. So 7 hours, 75 pips on a standard lot, that's $750 in about 7 hours time. I'll take those trades all day long, every day. So what do we do next? Well, we look for our next opportunity. So what we do is we set up looking for our next opportunity. We get rid of all these indicators, right? Because we're out of this trade. Get rid of all of this. Get rid of this right here. Whoops. Go back on that one. So we get rid of this right here. Okay. Get rid of this one right here. Get rid of this one right here. And now what do we do? Well, we're looking for our next opportunity. So what we do is we've got a brand new A right here. We've got a brand new B. And gang, I'm going to show you this automated in a minute, okay? You're really going to see our tools. This is manual. Right over here, we're looking for our new C. Okay, so we're looking for a new opportunity. I'm going to grab my Fibonacci tool. I'm going to start right down here. I'm going to drag this right on up right here. Do this manual, okay? Do this manual. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a trend line. Let's look for a little breakout to where we could get an entry point into this position. Looking for a little breakout. Here's a simple trend line coming right down through here. Okay, so let's see if we get a little breakout coming out of that trend. Oh, bam, boom, we got it right here. So this right here would be our C entry point. So that's, again, that's our buy. Okay, that's our buy. Can you picture yourself doing this? I mean, type in yes or no. Can you picture yourself doing this? Okay, so we buy right there. Now, again, we're looking in this example because we're in what zone? We bought right in here, we're in the red zone. So it's same thing. If we bought in here, we're going to trade the red zone. If this dipped down into the blue, we would trade to the blue. If it dipped down in the green, we would trade to the green. But because we bought in the red, we're going to trade to the red zone, which is, excuse me, to the red extension, not the red zone, up here. So let's watch this trade and see if it plays out, okay? Of course, we would set up a stop loss order as well. I'm not going to do that this time, though. All the way up and boom. Look at that. This is like the trader's dream right here. Hits that perfect. And it's not like it's some miracle. It's math, gang. It's a formula. It's a sequence. It repeats itself over and over and over again. And then this trade right here, I had an opportunity to get in this breakout and in 20 hours make 138 pips. So in 20 hours, 138 pips. So that means in 27 hours, in 2 trades, that is on a standard lot, $2,300 in 2 trades trading Fibonacci's. How many of you would like to have a skill set to be able to do this week after week, month after month? And here's the thing, this is just one currency pair. How about when you have multiple currency pairs going at once, okay? Now follow me on this, because this is where this gets to be really exciting. We've taken this information, and how about we automate it all? Watch as I go over here. I'm going to bring up a different currency pair, okay? Bring up a different currency pair right here. And right here, I brought this up. I'm going to go ahead and bring up one of my tools. Now, this is Market Trader's own proprietary tools. This is our own patent pending technology. I'm going to click on Smart Fibonacci right here. I'm going to come right down here. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, click. Boom. The software automates 100% accurate the Fibonacci's for me. If you think that's pretty cool, type in wow or yes or of course. And gang, we do this over and over and over again. And this is what we do with our students and one of our techniques of trading the Fibonacci's. And this is the technical side of this right now, okay? And what we're looking at opportunities in these markets. So someone just asked me, Greg, here you go, Greg. Here's what you're looking at right now, my friend. I find my high right here. Watch this. Boom, boom, boom. Here's our opportunity we're looking in right now. Moving this on the downward into this opportunity right here. Here's my A, here's my B. I've got my entry point right here, okay, in my C, and I'm looking to capture right now in this trade, moving right up to here, right up to this extension, right up to here, in the red zone, about 240 pips in the next 20 days on that trade right there, okay? Now, what we've done as an organization, though, we wanted to simplify this even more for our new students. So we've created an indicator, a tool, that takes that very sophisticated information that I just showed you, okay, and makes it into a much more easier system to follow. It's kind of like an earn while you learn opportunity, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a different currency pair on one of my different indicators. Wait for this to pop up. Bring this over here. Ooh. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up right here, clear this out a little bit right here, make this real easy for you to see, okay? Okay, what we're looking at here is a tool that we've created internally, all right, that is called the Right Trader. This is a system that I'm going to give you today when you come on board as a student, okay? And I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to come on board today as a student risk-free for the next 60 days to work with our coaches, to work with our mentors, to use our tools, use our indicators, a really unique opportunity in this. So this right here is what is called the Right Trader. Now let me show you, there's rules that go along with buying and selling with this specific tool. You've got the white area up here. Everything above the gray and the white is what is going to be called your buy zone, okay? So this is your buy zone. Everything in the buy zone, your rules are you're looking to buy on blue. You're looking to risk in gray. You're looking to manage your trade. Okay, so that's up here in the buy zone. Now everything down here in this gray area all the way across the screen, can everybody see the difference just to make sure the shading between the white and the gray? If you can see that, type in yes or Y, or yes or the letter Y in the chat box. This is going to be your sell zone. This is your sell zone. You're going to sell in red. You're going to risk in white. And you're going to manage the trade. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so this is what we're looking to do. What we're looking to in an example like this is our entry point. Our opportunity is creating itself, and I'll show you this visually right now, and then we'll do it as a real-time opportunity. What we're looking to do is if we follow the rules, when we break through from one zone to the other, okay, we break through one zone to the other. What we're looking to do is when it's the opposite color, when it's red, like it's breaking through right here, as soon as it turns blue, this would be our entry point, our buy right here. We wouldn't have bought here because we were heading into this zone already blue. So it's a very clear entry point right here. Now our exit point out of this position, we're going to hold it all the way up through here because we are in the buy zone. I don't care if we get red in these candles. We're holding all the way down to right here till it hits right down here in the sell zone, that little bit right there. Well, that example of that trade right there, let me show you. Following very simple, easy to read indicator right here, 137 pips in about 12 days. So that's 137 pips in 12 days. On a standard lot again, that is $1,370. Following very basic, very clean, very easy to use indicators. And let me tell you the thing about this tool. And the thing I love about our organization is that all of our tools, all of our indicators, we put to the test. If you look at the results of this, the results of the right trader, they're absolutely incredible. In fact, check this out. Since September 1st of this year, and the US dollar, Japanese yen pair, 725 pips were captured. In the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar pair, over 2,000 pips were captured. In the Great British Pound, Japanese yen pair, 1,400 pips were captured. In the Euro GBP pair, 670 pips were captured. All in all, in two separate basket trading opportunities. For our students, we provided this opportunity in one, since the September 20th Federal Open Market Committee news, over 3,000 pips in one basket. And September 1st in the Bank of England rally, over 9,945 pips. Together, that's well over 12,000, almost 13,000 pips of opportunity for our students. Imagine if you'd have been trading with the right trader, with our coaches, with our teachers in the last, 8 weeks? Not even 8 weeks, 6 weeks, an opportunity to have earned over 12,000 pips. On a mini lot, that's $1,200. On a standard lot, that's $12,000. And you know what? Our students are having tremendous results. I would encourage you to go to Facebook and look and see on Market Traders Institute, on our experts pages, what our students are producing as pips. Closed out the week with 4,850 pips in a week. Grabbed 560 pips. I'm averaging 5,500 pips a week. 2,080 pips of profit. And gang, I can go through page after page of this. There's Josh Martinez himself. This is at our live event. A big shout out, thank you. This week, Josh, 1,208 pips profit. How about this right here, Elizabeth? I joined MTI 10 months ago. Took 5 months to listen, learn, and trade small amounts. For the past 5 months, I broke through to consistent success using the majority of Josh's classes. He is an exceptional leader, making it so very clear and never leaving a student behind. In the first 2 months of 2017, my FX back record say I made 4,250 pips in January and February. I couldn't believe my eyes, recouping losses from years of trading other systems and never quite getting it. This is what we do, gang, right here, okay? This is what we do, okay? So what we've got right here, right here, more results, more results. In fact, our students in real money trading accounts, again, you can research any other companies out there and see if they can produce results like this. Real money trading accounts this year through today, October 19th, 2017, have generated over 3.1 million pips in real money trading accounts. That's over $31 million on a standard lot. If you would like to have an opportunity to take every indicator that I demonstrated to you, every tool that I demonstrated to you, all of our proprietary information, and get it on your computers, get it on your tablets, and try it out. If you would like to be coached, mentored, and trained with us and be in our live webinars, on our daily webinars, and our analysts on demand, and use all of our services, all of our techniques, and all of our information for 60 days risk-free. If you'd like to learn about an opportunity to do that, type in yes or me or of course or something in the chat box. We make it very simple for you to evaluate us as a company, okay? Now, what I've gone through today is what is called the Ultimate Traders Package. And to me, again, I've been doing this for about 25 years. This program is all-encompassing, the most complete, easy-to-use, step-by-step program on the planet. Now, let me explain to you exactly what comes within this program, because there's a lot of components that come along with this. First and foremost, you get a live instructor-led online class, okay? Now, we do these classes twice a month, where they're 2 solid days, where they're all web-based, okay? We sometimes do them where people can fly in if you want to sit in our building, eyeball to eyeball, and do them. They're awesome. You can repeat them as often as you want. All of these classes, absolutely, for you. As often as you want, unlimited. Second thing is you get all your training manuals, your strategy checklist, your trading mantra. You get the online university. I didn't show you this, but if you look right here, this is on our website, Market Traders Institute website right here. You can see this is our website. I open this up. Welcome to the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. All of our information, everything, how to use these programs, how to trade this market, is all done on demand right here. The Ultimate Traders Package on Demand lessons, the FXG Fast Track membership. We get into Fibonacci retracements and extensions in an uptrend, getting into different types of candlestick theories, all of our additional resources. You have the availability to this, okay, 24 hours a day, risk-free, okay? All of that is access available to you. Now, on top of that, you're going to get the Ultimate Charting software. Every tool, every indicator I showed you of our proprietary tools, our smart tools, you get 4 trading systems, strategies, and directional alerts, which I will address in a moment here. You also get a trader's checklist and a risk management calculator. Now, the trader's checklist I didn't get into, but it's another electronic checklist that you check through every trade that increases your probabilities of your trades going your direction. Really an incredible technology and tool. You get the daily live webinars. To me, this component alone, number 7, is worth any investment that you can put into this program. To have the ability on a daily basis to work with people like a Josh Martinez, a Gary Fickhart. I didn't even show you Gary's account. Look at this. Again, here's Gary's account, my FX book account, Third Money Trading account. This account this year is up 25,000 pips, over 92% winning this trades. This is the level of your experts that you get to work with on a daily basis. Some of the best traders, but also some of the best teachers in the world. You get unlimited access to those. You get the FXG's Fast Track membership. You get a success coach assigned to you, and you get analysts on demand, where we are live around the clock trading the currency market every minute the currency market is open. And then on top of that, don't take my word for it. Take the next 60 days, evaluate every tool, every indicator, come to as many mentoring programs, as many coaching programs as you want. Spend as much time as analysts on demand as you want. Make real trades, make paper trades. Whatever you want to do to feel that you have the confidence in us as an organization, take the next 60 days to put us to the test, because we will give you an in writing 100% investment guarantee of 60 days, okay? All we ask is you give us an honest effort. Now, if you look at the value of this program, really the market price, I mean, I've showed you students already that have made, 5,000 pips in a week consistently, week after week. I mean, if you can consistently make 5,000 pips in a month, is it worth a market price of $13,000? I mean, you have to look at this like a business person. What's my return on investment? Okay. Give us the next 60 days to show you what you can earn in this. Now, here's the good news is we're not going to sell you this program for $13,000. I mean, we've got 200 employees. It does take a lot for us to support our people, but you're going to be able to get this program online in the next couple of days for a one-time investment for everything that I discussed for $6,995. But I have an investor inspiration special for you today. This is unique for this group and this group alone. I will let every one of you come on board today, risk-free, evaluate us for the next 60 days for a one-time investment of $5,995. That's going to save you $1,000 immediately off of the online pricing, okay? We do have monthly payment plans available. We're very flexible with that, okay? And we give you a 60-day in-writing money-back guarantee. You got nothing to lose in this relationship. All you need to do at this point in time is just type your telephone number into the question box. Do that for me right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have an education specialist reach out to you, spend as much time as necessary, make sure all your questions are answered, make sure you're scheduled for your orientation, you're ready to go. And folks, you're off to the races. The only problem you're going to have is you didn't see this webinar 6 months ago and get started back then. Okay. Now, the first 21 of you that come on board today, actually the first, I've only got 13 seats. The first 13 of you that come on board today will be in this live session tonight. Okay, I've only got 13 seats available for this. So you're going to want to move quickly. I know there's other presenters after me, but gang, how quickly you want to move on this is how badly you want to be in this 13 session tonight. Okay, I've got your number, Gregory and George, I've got your number as well. So the first 13 of you, in fact, I would encourage you, I'm going to have one of my education specialists put a telephone number in the chat box. You might just want to call in order to skip the line so you're not waiting to talk to somebody so you can be in this session. Again, we're going to spend as much time as possible to answer all your questions, go through everything component by component with you, everything that it takes to get started with us. Now, in our program, when you come on board with this fourth quarter rally special that we have, we're going to give you 3 months of our ultimate charting software. If you want to keep it after that, it's $249 a month. That's entirely up to you. We give you 6 months of our live sessions. I'm going to give you the right trader strategy and system today, free. Okay, Lou, I've got your number as well. I'm going to give you, on top of all of this, gang, bonuses and systems of extra charting for over $5,600 of coming on board today. An investor inspiration special. Now, there's 2 ways to invest in this program. Pay close attention to this. And I've got your number, Tracy, Wendy, Sally, Natalie, Janice, again, Greg, George, Lou, Anderson, Elizabeth, Sonia, Kyle. Okay, there's 2 ways to invest in the program. You have what's called an option A and an option B. Option A says, listen, I'm a kind of person, I like to save money. I like discounts. I would prefer just to pay for it in full, get it out of the way, get a discount on it, and in 60 days, if you're not backing up what you say, I get 100% of my money back. You're going to be an option A. If you want to take the discount and you want to get some additional software, type in option A or an A next to your telephone number. If you're somebody that says, I need to talk to somebody about a customizable payment plan, we have very flexible payment plans. We don't charge interest. We want to get you on board as a student so you can start generating some pips. If you'd like to learn about how you can get a qualified payment plan, you're going to be what's called an option B. So what I need you to do is go into the chat box. If you're going to take a discount, type your telephone number and A. If you're going to do a payment plan, type in your phone number and B. Now, the difference is when you pay it all at once, you get a discount. When you do the payment plan, the discount is not available. So I need to know if you're an option A or an option B. Okay, so I've got you Wendy as an A, Jasmine as an A, Lauren is a B. Oliver says, I have some questions. Great. Keith is an A. Awesome. Here's the thing too, gang. When you come on board today, and I've got you Alex as an A as well. George, let me know if you're an A or a B. Great. Let me know if you're an A or a B. And stay with me because I've got an awesome bonus for you when I wrap up here, okay? Gang, when you come on board today, I will give each and every one of you an investor inspiration special of 30 days of Josh's Trade Copier. Josh's Trade Copier. You come on board today, I'm going to give you Josh's Trade Copier 30 days for free. You want to put us to the test? Again, he's averaging about 1,800 pips a week. Put an account up to this, and that's an awesome opportunity. All we ask of you is once you come on board and you experience success and you have a great experience with us and you're making money, is what I need you to do is please post it on social media. One thing that we have found, and I've got you Teresa as an A, George as a B. One thing that we have found is social media is awesome because we get instant results from our students. And when you see other people just like you from all over the world experiencing a good relationship, success with our group, we just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And it's awesome. And again, I told you when you come on board today, I'm going to give you as a bonus the Right Trader system. It's generated over 12,000 pips since September. Okay, awesome. I've got you. Now, Brian is an A, Paul is a B, Zoe's an A, Karen is a B. Excellent, gang. So I'm going to do real quickly, go through a couple last things here. Now, your next full 2-day class session is going to be a week from this Thursday, October 26th and 27th. Now, if you can't sit in it live, we do it over the internet. We record it. We'll send it to you. You can access them. We do them live twice a month. So if you watch the first one recorded, sit in the next one live. It's entirely up to you. But write that date down, October 26th and 27th. That's next week, Thursday and Friday. Now, all the components, again, to kind of give you a high-level overview of everything that's included in this program today. Component number one is all your education. The 2-day classes I just spoke about. Our online university, which is our on-demand education portal, 24-hour-a-day access. All of our checklists and our risk management calculators. Component number two is going to be all of the tools and all of the automation that I discussed. The ultimate charting software. Now, what's really neat about this, see where it says Smart Trader right here? Every one of our tools, every one of our indicators in the next 30 days, it's already being the final stages of beta tested with our current students, will be launched as a smart tool, as a web-based platform. So you'll be able to have every chart, every indicator on your tablets, on your phones, so you can travel and take your information with you everywhere you go. The third thing about this program, the mentorship and the coaching. The ability to work with people like a 30-year veteran trading the currency market, Jared Martinez, okay? The ability to work with someone like Josh Martinez, who's been trading this currency market for the past 7 years, considered one of the best currency traders in the world. Just Google him. You'll see the articles and information written on him. Having the ability to be in daily live webinars with people like, again, Gary Fickard. Here's Gary's account right here. Winning 92% of his trades, generating 25,000 pips this year. That's $250,000 on a standard lot, gang. That's the type of coaching and level of mentorship that you get in this organization. And then you get the Analysts on Demand, which is the 24-hour-a-day live trading room that we have for our students. So last thing I'm going to say before I start to wrap it up and hand it off to my next guest, I have one more bonus for you. Those of you, I've only got 5 of these, and I get to give these away. This is awesome. Gang, I'm going to put a telephone number into the chat box, okay? I'm going to put a telephone number into the chat box. All right? Let me know when you see this telephone number. Just acknowledge so I know that everybody got this. Did everybody get the number that says 407-585-2417? If so, type in a yes or a Y in the chat box for me. Okay, cool. Everybody's telling me yes. Okay. The first 5 of you, now don't call in yet, but the first 5 of you that pick up the phone, call in, talk to an education specialist, get all your questions answered, get comfortable with us as an organization. If you decide to sign up as an option A, I've got 5 vouchers for the first 5 of you where I will take an additional $500 off your investment. So your investment as an option A for the first 5 of you that call in will be $5,495. Now, what I need you to do before you start calling in is go into the chat box and type in calling in so I know who's calling in. Then you can go ahead, you got my permission to go ahead and start calling into that 407 number right now. I've only got 5 of those. They're going to get snatched up in the next 2-3 minutes. So I would move quickly if you want to be one of those 5. And to answer your question, Dominic, yes, Both option A and option B get a 100% money back guarantee in writing. I mean, again, if in 60 days you say this isn't for me, you go your way, we'll go our way, you get 100% of your money back. But at least you've tried us out, and you know. You're not looking back 6 months from now, 10 months. Greg, I got you calling in. Go ahead and call in, Greg. 8 months from now, a year from now, saying, I wish I would have. That's a very unique opportunity we're giving as investor inspiration to come into this presentation. And again, my time is just about officially taken up here. So the last thing I'm going to say to all of you, and I've got a bunch of you calling in, Brian and Zoe and Tracy and Sally. The last thing I'm going to say is if you're interested in learning about how you can possibly get this program for free, we do have a program you have to qualify for. There is work involved, but we do give away free programs every month. If you're interested in learning about how you can possibly qualify to get this for free, what I want you to do is type in your telephone number and free, F-R-E-E, in the chat box. I'm going to leave my screen up for about 2 more minutes, and I'm going to let Renee take over, and she's going to go ahead and start to introduce the next guest. But again, I'm going to put that number in the chat box. Go ahead and start calling in for me right now. And if you're interested in learning about how you can get it for free, type in free. And gang, have a great rest of the webinar. I hope you have a great time with the rest of your presenters. You got some awesome people to listen to today. And again, have a great last quarter of the year and much success to you moving into 2018.